The problem is if you're going to be the party that's going to stand around talking about family values, if you're going to sit around criticizing Bill Clinton all the time, as Larry Craig had the nerve to do, when he's cheating on his wife, you got a problem.
Congressman Peter Hoekstra, and you're trying to get back the House, the Senate, and retain the White House. Not good.
No, not good at all. I think it does provide us, Brian, with the opportunity. Larry was hired by the people of Idaho. He was elected by them. I think, from my perspective, it's time for Larry Craig to resign from the U.S. Senate.
Right now.
The governor, right now. There's no excuse. This is a U.S. senator. They are elected into leadership positions, and this kind of behavior is unacceptable. If the Democrats want to keep Bill Jefferson in the House of Representatives, that's their business. But I think for Republicans, we ought to say this is not the kind of leadership we expect.
And this guy's been elected 3 times, going for a 4th time. He's not going to last a week. You heard Peter Hoekstra before.
I mean, and I think that the big problem the Republicans face is that they have waged this culture war where they claim to be so much better than everybody else. And just to be clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. And if he was gay and that's his choice, that's fine. But he's out breaking the law. He's out soliciting sex in a public restroom, which is wrong and illegal. And then he's trying to use the fact that he's a U.S. senator to get out of it.
Mark, you're on Brian and the Judge.
Kirsten, I heard her comment about hypocritical Republicans. But let me say that Barney Frank's boyfriend was running a sexual operation out of Barney Frank's basement. He's still in office. And there was another guy a few decades ago, I forget who it is now, had relations much like Foley was accused of trying to have, and he ran for office again. He didn't even step down.
On the Foley thing, actually, they didn't do anything with him until it became out in public. There was a lot of evidence that they knew that he was engaging in this kind of behavior and didn't do anything about it. And then he resigned. They didn't kick him out.
What about William Jefferson?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that there certainly, I think the one that's more relevant is that there was another, and I'm forgetting what the guy's name is, another caller brought it up. There was a guy who was involved in the Page scandal who was a Democrat.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, and he ran for re-election again, and he was, I think he was censured, but he wasn't actually kicked out. I don't think the Democrats handled that properly. I don't think they handled things properly with Barney Frank either. In the situation with his boyfriend was running this prostitution ring, and he said he didn't know about it. It's a little hard to believe. I mean, he was doing it out of his home, but also it also came out that he'd fixed something like 10 parking tickets for his boyfriend, and nothing was done about that. I mean, I don't agree with that.
Scott, you're on Brian and the Judge. Scott.
Everybody takes this in a very small picture. Those people in D.C. might as well be wearing togas and the little fig leaf hats, because every time I turn the news on, it's like watching a documentary on the fall of the Roman Empire. I haven't voted for a Democrat since 1986 because I exchanged one set of freaks for another. And it's just, Pershing 2 was my last straw with the Democrats. And now, the guys that I vote for now are turning out to be freaks. Where are the Americans?
Let's find out. Let's go to Mike in California. Mike, you're on Brian and the Judge.
Question for Kirsten. Do you believe that gay people either believe in family values or have family values?
Yes.
So how is it that if you believe that gay people have family values, why are you always beating up Republicans when they come out either they're gay or they have an issue with gay people?
When have I ever beat up a Republican for being gay?
Well, hold on. A couple weeks ago when that Senator Vittner came out.
Vitter?
Vittner. And you said, oh, don't forget, he ran on family values. So did Bill Clinton. He ran on family values, and look what he did.
No, Bill Clinton never sat around talking about how he was better than other people. The way that the Republicans acted during the impeachment hearings. I mean, where you had them coming out, even Bob Livingston, who was having had an affair, had the nerve to come out and attack Bill Clinton for having an affair. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I have never attacked anybody for being gay, Republican or Democrat, nor would I ever do that.
Brian in Mississippi. Brian, you're on Brian and the Judge.
There's no way he's going to last. As a matter of fact, if I agree with you, if he makes it past Labor Day, it'll be a miracle. By the way, Kirsten, I love you. I think you do a great job. You need your own show. You and Michelle Malkin. Wonderful, by the way.
All right, send an email to Roger Ailes.
All right, Brian, good job.
Truth, honesty, perspective.
Brian and the Judge
on Fox News Talk.